Hello, everyone, and happy Friday. All right, today we have a class on something fun that was requested. Um, and yeah, it was about animals in the exotic wildlife of the Amazon jungle or rainforest. Um, kind of interchangeable that way. But let's go over some of the amazing things that you can actually find in the rainforest or Amazon jungle. So, Amazon, the largest tropical rainforest in the world, which is being chopped down. So, let's try to make sure that we can stop that from happening. Um, Never stops to amaze wildlife explorers. Look at the assortments of birds, animals, and insects thriving in these forests, and we might feel surprised that some of them even exist. Many of these animals face the threat of extinction due to the rampant deforestation. Like I said, it is being deforested. That's something we want to see if we can't curb in some ways. Let us note down some of these unique animals of Amazon rainforest before they totally perish from the surface of the earth. Well, that was kind of depressing, wasn't it? For that. Just throw that right in there. Okay, the first one is the hyacinth macaw. So here's a picture of the hyacinth macaw. Beautiful, bright colors, the gorgeous yellows and blues. So the hyacinth macaw, um, the largest of all macaws, is a native to the Amazon jungle. It's also the largest among all species of flying parrots. So there are many parrots, macaws being part of the family. And hyacinth macaws are the calmest of all macaws. A huge body and calm natures earn them the name gentle giant. So they are the gentle giant of the forest. Macaws have a very colorful plumage and are generally very noisy. They have a bright cobalt blue color all over their bodies, with a bright yellow around the eyes. Hyacinth macaws have a huge wingspan as well. One of the most peculiar aspects of the macaws is that they like to eat the clay from the Amazon riverbanks. The clay is said to be useful in neutralizing the toxins in their diet. Isn't it amazing to know their fitness secrets? So apparently there's some for macaws, so I don't suggest any of us go around eating clay from the ground because yeah, it'd probably make us very sick. Get dysentery or something like that. Sadly, the existence of this exotic bird is under threat. Illegal pet trade is the major reason behind this. Loss of their natural habitat also poses a threat by hyacinth macaws. So again, people see something beautiful and they're like, I want that in my house, and they take it home and put it in a cage instead of leaving it where it belongs, out in the rainforest, foraging what it needs to forage and learning how to live in its natural habitat. So let's try to make sure we keep things where they want to be. All right, and next up we have, and these ones are dangerous. I had a friend who had a cabin in the rainforest, and I never got to go, but he did say that if I ever did, these would be the things that I would need to avoid the most. But they're poison dart frogs. So poison dart frogs, the name is enough to know what kind of frogs they are. A frog is an animal that we would least expect to be dangerous, but the poison dart frogs are one of the unique animals of the Amazon rainforest, which could be dangerous to us. So, now this is how you know it's dangerous, honestly. See, it looks very pretty. It looks very approachable. Like, hey, buddy, let me come over and catch you real fast. Don't do it. It's not a good prospect because, yeah, they're poisonous. and their skin is very poisonous. Poison dart frogs have brightly colored bodies. They have bright yellow, red, blue, or black colored bodies. This bright color is nature's way of warning the potential predators. With their bright bodies, these frogs issue a warning to everyone: beware, we're pretty poisonous. The poison sections of these frogs were widely used by the Native Americans. They used the tip of their arrows in these toxic secretions, and this is how the frogs got named poison dart. A chemical secreted from the skin of some poison frogs might have medicinal value, so they could be helpful. Um, but that's pretty much, what we know is that they could. All right, medicinal value. Our next up is the pink river dolphin, or Amazon river dolphin. Is the largest of all river dolphins. So this is not an ocean dolphin. This is a river dolphin. It is very commonly found in the basin of the Amazon River. These dolphins live only in fresh water. Only the male river dolphins have a pink color, so the females do not. And typically in the animal kingdom, the men, or the males, not men, the males are typically the brightest because it is their job to try to attract the females. So, in bird species, everything like that, it's usually the males that have the brightest plumage, have, just to kind of attract, like, hey, look at me. I'm looking pretty good, right? You want to procreate. Um, so only the male dolphins have the pink color. As the male dolphins grow up, they acquire a pink color. This is believed to be due to scar tissues from fights with other dolphins. It's not very fun at all. But that's what it looks like. I don't know if you can see the pinkness. A little bit. But it is a pink dolphin. And they are quite fascinating. So during the wet seasons, these pink river dolphins can be found abundantly, so a lot of them, in the flooded forests of the Amazon. They have unique bodily features which make them very agile, like most dolphins are. And obviously, SeaWorld has really kind of exploited that a little bit. They have an unfused neck vertebrae, which help them bend their bodies skillfully. And the long snout helps them catch fish from tiny crevices. They can swim upside down as well. That's pretty sweet, resembling a professional swimmer. So they can do the backstroke underwater if they want. Pink river dolphin is one of the most unique animals of the Amazon rainforest, with some myths and legends attached to it. Legends say these dolphins have the ability to shapeshift. They assume the form of handsome men and come to the villages during night in order to seduce women. Tribal people consider pink river dolphins as sacred creatures and abstain from killing or eating them. Apparently, they're okay with them wooing their women, but other than that, we just leave them alone completely. All right, next up, we have ourselves the squirrel monkey. So the squirrel monkeys are the residents of tropical rainforest and are very commonly found in the Amazon jungles. As the name suggests, they are small in size. Squirrel. They have bodies covered with a thick coat of fur. They have large brains and are very intelligent. The tail of a squirrel monkey is not prehensile. That means they cannot grab things or hold on to branches using the tails like other monkeys. Their tails are only to help them in maintaining balance. So prehensile tails are the ones that you can kind of wrap around a vine or a tree branch or something and just kind of swing. These ones, it's just like a cattail, it's just there for balance. And so let's take a look at a cute little squirrel monkey. And like I said, hey, don't do that. It's rude. Stay there. There we go. But Big brains, very smart animals. So that's what That's what we like to see in the forest, of course. And usually the smarter the animal, the longer they live. Ah, sorry. I thought I paused it. I did not. So that was a little bit of a break of you just watching me being confused. All right. Squirrel monkeys have excellent eyesight. They can distinguish colors, which helps them to identify the wild fruits, but their diet is not limited to just fruits and nuts. Squirrel monkeys are omnivores, and they feed on insects and eggs as well. These quaint-looking monkeys are one of the are among the unique Amazons of Amazon rainforest creatures which do not face immediate extinction or threats because they're smart. Of course, loss of habitat is a grave issue for all species, but only 2 species of squirrel monkeys have been classified as threatened. Well, that's good news. All right, our next one. Back to scary. So we go, cute ones to poisonous frogs to now the eyelash viper. Ooh, can see why they call it that. I will show you a picture soon. Eyelash viper is a species of venomous pit viper found in Central and South America. This snake is an inhabitant of tropical areas with dense foliage. Hence, they are abundantly found in Amazon forests. The most vivid aspect of this snake is the presence of extra scales over the eyes. These pointed, long scales resemble eyelashes, and so the name eyelash viper. So let's take a look-see at the eyelash viper. Yeah, it's got some eyebrows. Look at that color. Again, what do you think that color represents? That represents danger, Will Robinson. Danger. I can hurt you, and I don't want to. But that is definitely something that we want to be careful of if we go out into the forest. All right, yay, that time I did pause it correctly. Eyelash vipers are comparatively smaller than other pit vipers, so they're not big. They can be found in all colors like yellow, red, green, or pink. Like all pit vipers, they have a pair of heat-sensitive organs called pits, which are located on either side of their head. These pits help the snakes to identify a potential prey. So, so the heat they can sense because they're cold-blooded, so they can sense heat. So that means they know by their head that if there's something walking by that's warm, then that means it's a warm-blooded creature, and then boom, they attack. Eyelash vipers are not aggressive in nature. They attack humans only in self-defense, which is most cases with most snakes, actually. But they are capable of inflicting fatal injuries to humans. This is a species of snakes that explorers of Amazon jungles need to be wary of. Okay, our next one is really kind of cool looking. It's called the golden lion tamarin. So the golden lion tamarin or golden lion marmoset is one of the unique animals of the Amazon, as they keep saying. Let's see, oh well, it kind of cut out a little bit. So the one of the unique animals of the Amazon rainforest which face an extinction threat. Oh, that's just too bad because when you see the picture, it's kind of heartbreaking. It gets its name from the bright reddish orange hairs covering its entire body. The face is hairless, but the hairs around the face are extra long and thick, giving it the appearance of big cats. This is how the golden lion tamarin got its name, because it kind of looks like a big cat. But look at this color. It's just sad that anybody would want to hurt that. Look at that beautiful color. Gorgeous, gorgeous, gorgeous. So that is the golden tamarin. Golden lion tamarin. Okay, the tamarins are generally born in pairs. They live in groups, and all members of the group lend a hand in raising the young ones. Male monkeys, too, are actively involved in nurturing the young ones and carry the little ones on their backs. They're omnivores, so they eat fruits, insects, or birds, and are very active during the day. They sleep in the hollows of tree trunks and keep changing their resting place very often as to escape from predators. As for predators, humans are the biggest threats to the survival of these adorable apes. Illegal poaching and uncontrolled deforestation are real threats to these inmates of Amazon. Inmates. That's not a nice way of saying anything. Next up, we have the jaguar. Jaguar is one of the most elegant of all the big cats. It is an inhabitant of Amazon rainforest. Of course, jaguars are native to the American continent. In appearance, jaguars resemble leopards. They have dotted furry bodies like leopards, but are much bigger and stronger. Take that, leopards. You ain't so cute, but look at that. Pretty sweet. I would say so. Dun, dun, dun. So, all right, jaguars they're very good swimmers. They have very strong jaws and powerful bite. They can even tear apart the skulls of their prey. Bit of a headache. They are territorial by nature and are fierce in protecting their territories. A symbol of power and majestic beauty, jaguars occupy a top spot among the animal predators. But humans are a threat even to this powerful predator. Deforestation and loss of habitat and illegal poaching are, again, something that, unfortunately, we as humans are the ones that tend to destroy quite a bit. So we only have a few more, but let's get through them. I'll try not to dawdle. The next is a black caiman. Pretty sweet, but they are quite dangerous. So the black caiman is a reptile that resembles crocodiles and alligators. They are very huge and can grow up to 16 feet long. Oh, I was wrong. I told Isaiah, that they were smaller. I thought caimans were smaller than crocodiles and alligators, but I guess they're right up the same size. So they can grow up to 16 feet long. Black caiman is the largest predator in the Amazon ecosystem. That's a dark-colored body, which allows it to easily camouflage. And now you'll see it, and you'll be able to tell. You'll see the resemblance between an alligator and a crocodile. But their snouts are a little bit thinner. They seem a little bit thinner, but look at them. They're very sleek. And, they don't look that big, at least in that picture. That one doesn't look that big. But it definitely can do some damage. So the black caiman is one of the unique animals of the Amazon rainforest that explorers need to be cautious about. They are highly dangerous and ruthless in attacks. Black caimans feed on almost anything that comes in their way, including snakes, turtles, and even birds. They love to sunbathe with their mouths open. And black caimans are also not free from human threats. Humans hunt them down for their meat or skin. Leather made from the skin of black caiman is exotic and expensive. Habitat loss is also a threat to the existence of caimans. Next up, we have something that I was always afraid of as a kid. They're actually not as dangerous. I'm sure they're not great, but just the idea used to scare me. And they do have movies now about them. But it is the piranha. Piranhas have a deadlier image in our minds than they actually are. Thanks to some Hollywood movies, right? See, exactly. I fell prey. Movie makers picturize piranhas as vicious predators lurking in the rivers of South America. Well, they are natives of the Amazon basin in South America, and they do have a predatory nature. But there the story ends. So let's take a look at what a piranha looks like. So look, it doesn't look that scary. They do swim in schools and things like that, so, but it really doesn't look that scary. At least I'm not that scared. The word piranha means tooth fish. In Brazilian local language, piranhas have very sharp teeth. Maybe it is these teeth that gave them the ferocious image. These razor sharp pointed teeth and strong jaws made from capable and powerful, or make them capable of powerful bites. But piranhas do not entirely depend on animal diet. Apart from other animals and fish, they feed on leaves and fruits too. There are some piranha species which are entirely vegetarian as well. So don't worry about them too much. Some might swim right by you and be like, too high in fat. I'm going to go over there and eat that grapefruit. And contrary to popular belief, piranhas are not man-eaters or human eaters. Even with their powerful bites, they are not strong enough to rip apart a human body unless it is a dead body being attacked by a school of piranhas. Although piranhas do attack humans, they cause minor injuries in most cases. So the only time you really see them surrounding is if somebody had died and fallen in the water, probably got bit by a caiman or something like that, and then they just kind of devour the rest of the body. All right, well, next up we have the green anaconda. So like piranhas, anacondas too have given us many nightmares. Movies again. Green anaconda is one of the longest and heaviest snakes in the world. Though the title of longest snake was bagged by the reticulated python, green anaconda is the heavier of the two. Green anacondas can grow up. Green anacondas can grow up to 29 feet long and weigh up to 95 kilos. That's pretty big. Oh, and so hold on one second. There's a video. All right, here comes the video.
This intimidating reptile is the heaviest snake in the world and one of the largest. At 30 feet, the anaconda can grow to be nearly the length of a school bus. When most people say anaconda, they're referring to the largest of the 4 species of anacondas, the green anaconda. At up to 550 pounds, that's some serious heft. But these massive snakes have another lesser-known characteristic. They thrive in water. In fact, the name of the anaconda's genus is Eunectes, meaning good swimmer. Eyes and nostrils positioned on top of their heads allow the snakes to remain almost completely submerged as they wait to ambush prey. Anacondas aren't venomous snakes. They are constrictors. In seconds, anacondas wrap around their prey, constricting tighter and tighter until the blood supply is cut off. Like other constrictors, anacondas sense when their prey's heart has stopped and only then release their grip and begin to eat their meal whole. Anacondas swallow their prey whole with the help of both stretchy ligaments and mobile joints in their mouths. In the middle of the anaconda's upper jaw are 2 rows of backward-pointing teeth. These teeth can move independently, biting into prey and helping move the snake's head up and over its meal. But eating a meal in this way creates a unique problem. With its mouth stretched so tightly around the animal, the anaconda can't breathe as it normally would. But through evolution, giant snakes have developed a clever trick to deal with that. The windpipe, normally located deep in the throat, like in this reticulated python, gets pushed up and out of the mouth, acting like a snorkel and allowing the anaconda to breathe. And breathing normally is especially important given the time it takes an anaconda to finish its meal. A green anaconda can take many hours to swallow a meal and more than a week to digest it. Large prey such as capybara and even jaguar provide the anacondas the energy they need to maintain their size. Once consumed, the anaconda will not need to eat again for weeks or months. And when 30% of the female's body weight is used for reproduction, their prey are also vital to the female anaconda's survival. Unlike most of the world's snakes, anacondas don't lay eggs. Instead, the young hatch while still inside of their mother, who will later give live birth. After 7 months of fasting during pregnancy, the anaconda mom takes in some of the nutrients she lost by feasting on her eggs that never developed and any of her young which were not born alive. With an average of 20 to 40 babies per brood, it could be hard to keep them all in line. For the anaconda, however, this isn't a problem. Immediately after being born, the anaconda babies are able to make it on their own without the help of mom. Born with the instincts to hunt and fend for themselves, baby anacondas have the innate skills to survive and become the next giants of South America's Amazonian waterways and jungles.
Wow. Did I really want to know all that? I did. Okay, well, I think the video kind of explained pretty much everything about the anaconda, but the anacondas have an olive green colored body with black patches all over it. They live in streams, marshes, and rivers. They are slow over land, but are fast swimmers in water. Green anacondas are commonly found in the Amazon River basin. So, they are pretty amazing. And they could devour probably a human. I mean, jaguars are pretty big, and they can devour an entire jaguar. So be careful when you run into an anaconda. But again, not as interested in humans. It's just, like, again, it's kind of a Hollywood thing. And finally, and this is it, we're going to move on to the Amazonian giant centipede. So the Amazonian giant centipede, one of the unique animals of the Amazon rainforest, is remarkable for its size. It's the largest of all centipedes. It can grow up to 30 centimeters long. These centipedes are commonly found in the forests of South America. A giant centipede is also called a Peruvian giant yellow leg centipede. So just to put it into context, 30 centimeters is just about a foot, which, might not seem like a ton, but it is actually, a foot long is pretty long. It's not, and that's a centipede. So, if you went out and you saw this thing, a lot of people aren't afraid of bugs or insects, sorry. But if you went out and you saw this thing, and it comes crawling along and, see, so this is about a foot, and then it's like that long. That's a good foot, right around there. And it's just crawling along, and it's big. So these giant centipedes feed on insects, spiders, or even bats, lizards, or frogs. So they're pretty tough. They are known to capture animals bigger than their body size. After capturing the prey, the giant centipede injects a strong venom into its body. Giant centipedes' bites are rarely fatal for humans, though it causes severe pain and swelling. So again, they don't really want to hurt us because they're not going to eat us. But if we messed with them, yeah. So apart from all these other animals, there are millions of rare and exotic animals hidden in the jungles of the Amazon. So I always encourage you to do research, look things up, and really find out what's going on out there and how we can help save the Amazonian rainforest and all the beautiful plants and creatures that dwell within. All right, this has been a long one, but have yourselves a wonderful weekend. I will see you all later. Ciao for now.